Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Exordia Creative Podcast. This is episode 50.
And now we quit. Just kidding. But we have some stuff to talk about.
Yes.
And this is our second time recording.
Yes.
So we kept that one short, so we're going to keep this one short too.
Yes. So.
This is a milestone for us.
Yes.
I think we should start by saying huge shout out to all the loyal listeners.
Thank you.
Who have been rocking with us from day one. Because we know there are a few of you who watch every single episode, and we have the utmost appreciation for that. Thank you. Yeah. With that being said, we need a change, and we're trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So, if you go back into our podcast, you'll realize that a lot of the episodes that people really gravitated towards was everything with guests. Now, having guests on our podcast, basically since we started, has proven a little bit difficult because we've been in and out of lockdown and stuff like that.
Right.
We want to revamp the set a little bit. We want to make it look fresh. We want to make it look cool, a little more relaxed, a little more casual.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think just having two of us all the time is just more of like conversations and not necessarily organic conversations that you and I would normally have all the time. Yeah. Some of them are. But yeah, we're going to take a pause. We're going to regroup and figure out how we want to carry on the next 50.
Right. Like, we don't want to get too dialed into only specific topics that we can talk about. That's what's nice about the guest is you can just focus on what the guest is about.
Yep.
Talk about them, figure out their area of expertise.
Yep.
With us, like, there's a lot of stuff we want to talk about. There's some overlap between what we like and what you guys find interesting. Yeah. So we're kind of trying to like find that balance. Guests will help. Obviously, we're going to get them back as soon as we can. Until then, I just don't know, do we like come up with a firmer structure of what kind of topics we can talk about?
No, because I think that's what the guest-oriented podcasts are really good at. There's no structure, but you keep things fresh because you talk about new shit all the time based off of what perspective that person's bringing.
Right.
So
do we only sit down if there's a guest? Maybe an occasional episode?
Maybe an occasional. Maybe we can do just Q&A episodes with Jared and I. We'll field your questions.
Yeah, there's something.
You know? But yeah, we're going to take a pause. We're going to figure out how we're going to be able to do this. We get out of lockdown in June. Yeah. Knock on wood. So that gives us a little bit of time to figure this out. We have a list of guests that we originally had slated to come out of the podcast. So, and we're not doing virtual podcasts. That's not my thing. And yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the move then. Maybe we just figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we wait until we have good guests and an occasional Q&A, an occasional one-on-one.
Yep.
Just to break things up.
Yep.
All right. Let us know what you think.
And go from there. Yeah. And one more thing too. So we did film an episode last week, but it was largely just us contemplating this whole entire podcast.
Yeah. So and if you've been watching, like you said, this is nothing.
This is nothing freaking new, man.
You know, we're still trying to figure it out.
We're still trying to figure it out. We had an ad read in the last podcast that we need to get out. So if you live in the Chatham-Kent area, which I don't know what percentage of you do, we have a few different places where people listen. Yep. Tycini has farm fresh eggs for sale. He lives just outside of Blenheim. I have no contact info for this guy.
Can't miss him.
Look him up on look him up on Instagram. He's got farm fresh eggs. He asked us to do a little plug on the podcast. Tycini, if you're listening, I know that you're a loyal fan. And yeah, so farm fresh eggs, Tycini, look him up. You can find him somewhere, and he's got them.
Okay, you guys heard it here first. Like we said, thanks for listening. We're not giving up. We just need to restructure, take some time and figure this out. And we're going to come back better, hopefully.
See you in a couple weeks, guys. Peace.